Let me know if this scene sounds familiar to you. So you have prepared for weeks, you have packed your bags, you have taken the flight, you have checked into the hotel, and now you are sitting on the beach checking your work email and your Slack and your team notifications, and you are still working just from a different location, right? And this is the lie that we have sold ourselves when it comes to offering ourselves freedom with our business ownership. Right? So many small business owners believe that building a business would not only give them freedom, but a lot of them think that they already have it. And today we're going to talk about why that might not actually be true. And you might have one type of freedom and still be completely trapped inside the business in a different way, right? So I'm Adrienne Dorison. I'm the host of Sorta Bossy. I am very excited for you to be here today. And I'm going to be talking about location freedom versus mental freedom and why there is a huge difference and why you've maybe optimized for the wrong thing. And this is not just you. This is not your fault. This is not, to say that you've done something wrong, but this is a societal flaw that we have created. And it's time to just do at least an evaluation and get really clear on where you want more freedom. So my whole focus is helping small business owners, helping founders remove owner dependency from their business and build what I call this out of office business and lifestyle. Now, I want to give you a couple examples of how I utilized my out of office life this week. These will often change, but some of them are constants because they're my hobbies or they're my family, the things that I really value in my life that I will not prioritize the business over, right? And I really make sure that the business is set up in a way that allows me to continue to have this out of office lifestyle and business. So one of those things was today I actually golfed. I was out of office. I'm recording this on a Tuesday. So it's Tuesday and most of my day was spent on the golf course. It actually took way longer than anticipated. We left at 7, where our tee time was 7:50. Normally we're like 3.5, 4 hours. It was longer than that today. Okay. But because I have this out of office business model set up, that was not a stressor for me. So that's one example, right? Like being able to step out of the business, know that things are continuing to run and grow and function without me. There's no emergencies happening, fires. Like if there are fires, they're being dealt with. And my team knows that most things are not a real emergency, right? Call 911 because if we don't need to call 911, it's probably not a real emergency. So there's very few things that would escalate to me on just like a random Tuesday or a random any day. I was talking to Emily about this recently. Another out of office example is my doctor's appointments. So I had to get my annual gynecological exam about, let's say, a month ago. Okay. And for the first time in ever, it came back abnormal and they thought there was the chance of some cancerous cells. And so I had to go back this week to get a procedure done to check for those things like biopsy and the works, right? And normal me, I don't prioritize things like that. I prioritize it for my kids, often fail to prioritize it for myself. And I think many of us are like that. We prioritize the business. Everything is important except us, right? So it's like, I know this seems, oh yeah, you had to get a procedure done. Of course you go and do that. Of course that's like out of office lifestyle. But how many of you have delayed on the annual doctor's visit that you need to do, the dental visit that you need to be doing, the gynecological exam, the mammogram, all the things that we just push off. We'll do it. We'll get to it, right? But the business is urgent and important and we do that right now. So it's like, how can we actually build a business where you prioritize yourself when it comes to everything, including your health, including the doctor's appointments that you don't want to go to? That is still really important to do, right? So those were two out of office examples. And I think it's important to continue to give you examples of what that looks like, because it's not always just this 4-week vacation or this luxurious vacation that we're stepping out for and I'm going to completely unplug. That's amazing. And I want that for you. I want your business to give you the ability to do that. But what I've found over the years is that it's usually a lot more unexpected, unplanned, health related, or that's why we get the insurance. That's why we get the health insurance. It's not because we want something bad to happen. It's not because we think something will happen. It's just that just in case, we want to make sure we're covered. And that is what the out of office mindset really is. It's I want to make sure that the business can continue to run even when I'm not there, right? So let's talk about what we're supposed to talk about today. At the core of it, right, is this location freedom versus mental freedom. Right. So location freedom is about where your physical meat suit of a body actually is. And many of you have created businesses and jobs even, right, where you can have location freedom. You can work from anywhere in the world. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can work from anywhere in the world now. That is a gift. I'm not gonna, joke too much about that, although there is a joke in there because wow, yay. And what did I do? I used to have a job where I had to go into the office. I had a corporate job. I worked at paper mills. I've had many jobs over my life. I'm just using this one as a specific example in this case because, and I say that because I can relate to the pain of not having location freedom, right? I've had jobs in my life where location freedom was not a possibility or a reality, either because of the work that we were doing or because of the corporate structure didn't want it or allow it, or it was just very antiquated to where that wasn't something that they were open to. That was pre-COVID times, okay, when I had a corporate job and all of that. So location freedom is still really valuable. I love having location freedom. I love that I can work from anywhere, right? I could have worked from the golf course if I wanted to, right? I could work from Disney World. I could work from the Greece, where I could work from anywhere. And that is valuable until it isn't anymore, right? Until it isn't, because now we've just made it so easy for us to work anywhere, right? But mental freedom, right? Do you have mental freedom? Maybe you have location freedom. Some of you may not even have location freedom because the business is, set up in a way or an industry or a specific model where you do need to be in person, either with people or with your physical location, or the team can't run without you, etc. Right? So for some of us, we have location freedom. For others, we don't. But please do not mistake location freedom. Many of us think because we have location freedom, we have freedom, but you don't, right? Mental freedom is about whether the business is still running in the back of your head or not, right? So it's am I in Greece and the business is still running in the back of my head, or I'm actually still working because the team needs me. They ask me questions and I'm trying to figure things out and I'm solving problems from halfway across the world, or I'm on the golf course and I'm solving problems for people, right? So do you have location freedom? Number one, that's check that box, yes or no. Do you like me? Yes or no, right? The note you sent in 6th grade. And do you have mental freedom, right? Are you able to actually check out and let your mind rest and not think about all the fires and the urgent problems and the bottlenecks that are happening and the things that the team needs from you and the decisions that they need you to make and the things that they're waiting on so that they can move a project forward? Do you have mental freedom from the business, or is it constantly just running in your head? And I'm not talking about the visionary things. The visionary things, I once had a client ask me this. He was getting really close to taking his 4-week unplugged from the business test, right? We do a test to make sure that you actually can step out of the business, right? It's the best thing you can do is start taking these little mini tests, actually do it. And so he was getting really close to taking the 4-week vacation. And he was like, I know that the team and the business is actually going to run without me. I'm not worried about that because of all the work and the prep that we've done. He's like, what? But am I allowed to think about the business? And I'm like, he's like, how do I get myself to stop thinking about like the next big idea or the vision, or how do I stop thinking about the business? And I'm like, man, you come to the wrong person, because I don't know that you might have to have a lobotomy. You might have to have a lobotomy, because we are just wired differently as entrepreneurs. Like, you're going to have ideas, but that's actually the whole point. When you have mental freedom from the day to day, it actually allows you to think about the bigger picture, the bigger, vision, the bigger ideas, the strategy of what we're actually trying to build and accomplish. But when your mind is not mentally free from the day to day, it's impossible to think about those other things, even when you have the location freedom, even when you're stepped out, right? You're quote unquote unplugged, but you're still plugged in because everybody needs you and everybody's asking you questions and you're worried about everything. And you're like, are things getting done? Or clients are even going around the team to come ask you things because it's not getting done the way that they want, or it's not getting done quickly enough, or they're confused why so-and-so is dealing with you instead of you. Right? So when we can have actual mental freedom from the day to day, we can open ourselves up for bigger picture thinking. That's the stuff you should be doing. And that's what I told him. I was like, I can't promise that you're going to stop thinking about the business while you're on your 4-week unplugged, sabbatical. But I can promise that you will have better ideas and you will think bigger and you will be able to relax and rejuvenate. And then you'll come back so much more excited about the stuff that you're going to be working on. And he was like, oh, okay, good point. But most founders are optimizing for the first one, right? Location freedom. And then we're just assuming that the second one automatically comes with it. We're like, oh, I optimize my business so that I have freedom. I have location freedom. I could work from anywhere in the world. And it's like, wait, did you hear yourself? Because you can work from anywhere in the world, it means you continue to stay plugged in all the time. And so the mental weight and load never changes. So your body, your meat suit is somewhere else, but you are still completely plugged in, right? Because we optimized for the first and assumed the mental freedom just came along, and it doesn't, right? And it turns out, like I was talking about earlier, it turns out that as a society, we've actually optimized remote work so well that your meat suit can be anywhere in the world, Mostly, unless you're somewhere where they don't have Wi-Fi, your meat suit can be anywhere in the world and you can still be trapped inside your business. And that is the problem. That right there is the problem, right? Because mentally we've tricked ourselves. We're like, I'm on vacation, yet you're still completely plugged in. You're still working. You have no mental freedom. Right. And so that flexible location independent business and schedule that you created, it never actually created more lightness for you. You are still answering things once you're home from work. It's Friday afternoon and you're still got your phone on and you're checking in. It's Saturday and you're at the soccer game and you're still messaging things back and forth to a client, right? Like, these are real examples. I mean, get this. I've had clients, when they come to me, they're like, I need to do something about this because I'm having a second baby, and my first baby, I was working from the delivery room, from the labor and delivery room. I was still on my phone working and telling myself, it's okay. I have so much freedom. I have so much freedom because I can work from wherever. And I'm like, okay, that's not what we want to build. Right? That's a piece of it, but we've optimized too much for working wherever and not enough for just shutting down for a bit, right? Being able to unplug and create the mental freedom that comes along with not being needed inside the day to day, right? And so over the next couple months, all of the episodes are going to talk about this one question, like, can your business run without you? And what does it actually take? Can we actually create that mental freedom for you? Not just location freedom for your meat sack, but mental freedom from the day-to-day operation so that you're not constantly plugged in. You are working 24/7 when you don't trust, believe, know that things are going to continue to move forward, happen, grow, and be solved without you needing to hover and be there for every single moment and question and decision and fire and urgent thing that pops up, right? So this is what we're going to be talking about. It's what my entire expertise focuses on, which is amazing because I know how to help. Yay! I'm talking about the right thing. And one of the things that we did was create a diagnostic tool for you, right? One of the things that we will be leading towards on some of these episodes is actually getting you to take a day away, a day off, multiple days off, right? But to start, what I want you to do is just do a check-in of where the owner dependency actually is in your business. And we created a tool, a diagnostic tool for you to just answer some questions. There are 6 different categories with like 4 questions each. Okay. And it's like multiple choice. These are super easy. You're going to finish it in less than 5 minutes and you're going to have a score, an exit readiness score, an out of office score. Is my business owner dependent or independent? Does it depend on me? What areas depend on me? What areas do I need to work on so that it becomes less dependent on me? It's going to show you all of those things. It's going to give you a score. It's going to map it out, and it's entirely free. This is all based on our frameworks and tools and all the things that I've done with clients over the last 15 years doing operational efficiency and removing owner dependency. This tool is built on a lot of that to show you where we might need to improve or where we could just start. Okay. So if you go to level11leaders.com/exit, you will get access to that exit readiness out of office diagnostic completely free. You just take the little quiz, right? Answer some quick questions and it's going to show you exactly where you're at. Feel free. Send it to me. I would love to help review it with you. If you have questions, feel free. You can message me on Instagram. That's usually the easiest spot because you can send me a photo of your actual test score. And my Instagram is at Adrienne Dorson. So super easy. We'll put all of this in the show notes as well. But I really want you to think about this, right? Like, is my business location free and mentally free? Or is it just one? Or is it none? And some of you think, oh my gosh, I have a business that really requires my presence. And I'm telling you, it doesn't need to be that way. If you have a business that is not location free or mentally free, I can also help you with that too. So still take the diagnostic because we got to start doing the work to get there. And it's all similar work, right? I've helped people who had restaurants, food businesses, medical practices, legal services, med spas, coffee shops, tea shops, retail stores, you name it, I've seen it. And I've also helped them become not just location free, but also mentally free. Okay. So level11leaders.com/exit. It'll give you free access to that entire diagnostic. And I will see you next Tuesday back on Sorta Bossy.